Welcome to Bistream IO Technologies. So this tutorial is complete about a MERNStack. So that is a MERN full stack. So it's starting with the React.js, React hooks and Redux. So first, before going to the MERNStack, we will understand how the application is divided into parts. Okay, so MERNStack is like a full stack. So how it is divided into means the front end, a back end, and the database. If you take any application, Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, Amazon, LinkedIn, etc., etc. So minimum base division will be front end, back end, and database. Okay, so now I want to demonstrate with some pictorial representation of yeah, the application. So first, it is let's take a front end. The front end is a here it is a front end, and the next set of a block is a back end, and next set of a is a database. So this is a every application is divided into three parts. Okay, what is front end? The front end is nothing but anything it is visible for you guys, so that is called a front end. Okay, so what is that one? Let's say this is the username and this is the password, and we have a something called a button. Let's assume. So once you click on this login button, it is hitting to the backend. Okay, so backend is one thing, it is perform the business logic. So we will keep a business logic is here. So once we request username and password, and again it is hitting to the database, because data will be stored in the database only. So if the data is there, it is going to be give the data back to the backend application. From backend to the here. So when it will come here, when the given username and password is correct, so it will not come for the login page. So it will come for the next page called a dashboard. Okay. So it will come for the from the backend to the dashboard. So if it is a wrong username and password, it is telling that invalid login credential. So here we are doing a front end with a ReactJS and backend with the Node Express, and a database is with the MongoDB. Okay, so including we can say is as a full stack application. Okay, how it works? Let's say I will give a Virat and 123 as username and password. So it is sending a data to the backend. So backend again it is check for the Virat and 123. If it is there in the database, it will send a, and it will come for the your data dashboard. So in the dashboard from the past 5 year, 10 year, you are using the Facebook means all the post, likes, comments, invitations, etc., etc. It is loaded from your profile. If not, if you given a wrong username and credential, it is telling that invalid login credential or username and password. It will tell. Okay, so this is how application is divided into three parts. So initially we are going to be start with the React.js, then the Node and Express, then the MongoDB. So this is called a whole thing we can say as a full stack application. So next, what are all the topics we are going to be cover is so as like if you go for the official website as well, or else if you go for our content also. So these are all the topics we are going to be cover, from the introductions to the React.js to the security best practice in the React.js. Okay, and coming to the React.js hooks. So hooks is a new feature introduced in the React.js 16.8. So why we are using the hooks and how to use, so that is we are going to be discussing the coming session. So Redux is a one thing, it is a maintaining a state. So this is also we are going to be discussing the coming session. Okay, so next is what? First is what? Introductions to React.js. What is a React.js? So React.js is a component-based architecture. What is a component-based architecture? So everybody knows that whenever we want to design a website, so this is our website, and here we have something hero carousel, and here we have something called about us, and here we have something called a gallery, And here we have a something called a footer. In the normal traditional HTML CSS, we will write all code in a one single page. But in the React.js, what happens? We are splitting into a component. Okay, so this is called a something called a, let's say hero.js. So this is a hero.js component we have defined. So then this is the about us.js component we have defined, and this is something called a gallery.js component. And the third one is a footer.js, something like that. So each will be maintained individually. So that is the main thing. This is treated as a one component, and this is treated as a one component. This is treated as a one component. This is treated as a one component. So what is the advantage means? So this hero carousel component, I can use 1,000 location because I have defined a component here. That component I am using a n times. So just I need to import here. So that is why this is a component based architecture and a virtual DOM optimization. So as you know, the DOM means a document object model. So whenever the any application runs on the browser, so automatically DOM is created. But React.js, it will create a one more virtual DOM, store into all components into one DOM. If you want to change anything to the hero.js, it will affect to the hero.js only. It will not affect for the other components. And declarative syntax with the JSX. As like a HTML, so you are going to be write a HTML inside a JavaScript. And the one-way data flow. What is a one-way data flow? So if you want to send from the data from the parent to the component, so this is called a one-way data flow. And a rich ecosystem and community support. So extensive libraries and active developer community is there. So if you just go for the official developer community on the React.js, you will get to know how it is like. I will just open here. See, this is if you want to learn, here it is there, and community is here. So developer community is there. So many solutions, problems, and everything here it is going to be discussed here. Okay, so this is all about the React.js. And what are all the prerequisites means? You should know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The next is you have to setting up a React.js project. How to set up a React.js? So for that, you have to go for the Node.js installation. Node.js, if you just go here, if you just search here, so then download it. So it is going to be download a .exe file. So that .exe file, just click next, next, next. So once you click next, next, then it is going to be installed successfully. So how we will get to know whether it is installed properly or not? So for that, you just go for the normal command prompt. So in the command prompt, you just search for the node minus v and npm minus v. So it is going to be okay. If it is a version is showing properly, then it is like a installed successfully. Okay, so this is called a Node.js installation. The next is what a create a React.js project. So you can type it from here, or else you just go for the search for the create a React.js project. If you just search here, you will get a website here. So here you will get the package name. You just go to the command prompt and type it here. How to do this one? So that is you just go here. Uh, I will just go to the my browser in the D drive, stream IO. Let's say I will just go to the my project here or a folder. So just I will go for the CMD and npx create react app. So this is the standard. So instead of my app, you can create a something called a sample or any user defined. Only condition is you cannot start with the capital letters. If you hit enter means it is going to be installed or create the project. So it will take us some amount of much time because of it depends on your internet connection. So once you installed and created the file, then you have to navigate to the project. So if your project name is a sample cd sample. If your project name is my app and cd my app, then you have to type a npm start, then automatically it will run the program with the localhost 3000 default port. And so this is all about a session of introduction of a MERNStack and ReactJS. Okay, so next session we are going to be discuss about what is a component, what is a routing, and etc.